Well, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. It's your boy SCGRANT here, and I'm back with what I'm hoping would be my last video talking about Need for Speed Unbound as a whole, because it has been over 2 years since the game was released, and I thought I finally want to check this off my bucket list of videos that I want to do to get 2015 up and rolling. So with this video, I want to talk about pretty much, well, it's what all people expected. The game has finally ended post-launch support. But it didn't come without its pros and cons. The pros is the fact is that we've gotten pretty much everything we can out of Need for Speed Unbound. Mostly all the requested game modes, all the new cars. Well, all the cars were pretty much chosen at random, but new vehicles added, especially with Volume 9 adding not only Lockdown, but they added in pretty much the Blacklist cars, even 2 JDM classics, especially the Integra. The Integra was one of the most requested vehicles to come back to Need for Speed since freaking Pro Street. It only recently came back in Need for Speed Unlimited on the mobile game, but it made its way finally into a Need for Speed console game, especially for PC players too. But the fact is that it did come at a cost. By the beginning of February, literally last month, they confirmed that they're any post-launch support and they're heading over to Battlefield to work on the next game. Here's my gripe with this. The game is still buggy, and it still has glitches. For example, since Volume 7, I noticed that a lot of players have, checked in, logged in on the single player mode, checked to see what's up, and noticing the fact is that since Volume 7, when the game got updated back then, the single player is kind of broken, as in, whenever you want to advance through the calendar system, you get reset back to Monday if you're like on Wednesday or Thursday and all that, but you're suddenly switched back even though you're stuck on either like Wednesday or Thursday. You're basically switched back to the events in single player mode on Monday. No, not Monday, no. Let me check the notes. Yes, Sunday. Yes, it was Sunday. You're basically, the events and everything are reset back to Sunday, but the worst part is there's barely any events at all. You're not seeing this. This is definitely a major bug that has been happening since Volume 7, and a lot of people complained about that. It was never patched or fixed. But the only thing about this is that there was actually some sort of workaround. No joke. And this is one of the reasons why this game, we may have gotten everything we wanted, but only thing we asked for the game out of Need for Speed Unbound is for hotfixes to make sure that the game is in a playable state for both single player and multiplayer. Not to mention that the daily and weekly challenges are not popping up as where they should be, meaning we're looking at two sides of the game that felt like it needed another hotfix. Now that the Team Kaizen moved on the Battlefield, the game is pretty much just there. The only thing keeping it up running is the server. So what's the point? Like, we gotten everything, but why not give us some hotfixes to make sure the game is stable on both fronts? Like, why? Why did they decide to just cut ties with the game? Like, not for content-wise, but for pretty much bugs and glitches that need to get patched out and fixed, because that's the only thing I ask. Like, we got what we wanted. Just just add on to making sure that the game is in a playable state. Because when someone's about to buy this game, and in March of 2025, as an example, they're gonna find out that this bug is in the game, and the only way to get around this is that, no joke, you have to delete your current save file on either your PC, your PlayStation 5, or your Xbox Series X, and you have to download or go to a previous save that did not have this problem, and it probably worked like fine. Like, why? There's a reason why the PC version has you have multiple saves, while the console versions you're stuck with to one save. This was never a good idea. I need my multiple saves, to the point that that's what I did because I do have some previous saves. But the worst part about having multiple saves is that what if your subscription runs out for online play? You're pretty much stuck with this glitch until you have to, quote, delete your current save and have to download one from either your PS5 cloud storage, or same thing with Xbox. You have to download it, or for your PC, you have to go to a previous save and basically use that to basically continue playing. I don't know about a multiplayer though. I still have no evidence of that, if that was the case. If you guys know about that, then let me know if this also affects multiplayer, because once again, People who may spend hundreds of hours on a game, and then all of a suddenly, like, it all ties back to the save game function. It has been butchered. Whoever at Criterion or EA or whoever worked on the game's save data overall before the game came out, they did not do a good job knowing that this was going to happen. I thought that everything was all fine and dandy when the game launched. Like, we know there were bugs and glitches, but when it comes to a save data function, this was a massive problem, to the point that you have to literally delete your current save on your console and have to pretty much download a previous save that didn't have this problem. You have to download a previous save and pray to the heavens that this issue has been fixed so you continue playing offline. As for online, you may have noticed that when you try to check in on your dailies and weekly challenges, the prompts are not appearing. They don't pop up. And unless you go to the garage and pause there, then you'll find the daily challenges. Like, it's just weird that simply as a save data function has been botched, to the point that the people who worked on the updates cannot even think to go and check it out and try to get it fixed to make sure it's in a playable state. You are literally leaving a recent Need for Speed game in such a state that nobody would not touch it until eventually. The only way to work around this is with PC mods, and I can tell you that it's most likely can, because what are we gonna do nowadays, huh? How is this even possible? How do you fuck up how do you screw up on save data function for a video game? How do you do that? To the point that you have the community having to go into the files and in terms of source code and try to find a way to how to fix this damn thing. Because if I recall, in GTA Online, someone in the community actually went and got paid 10 grand to basically fix the loading times for Grand Theft Auto Online, or even the whole game entirely. But for here, we haven't got no one from the Speed community who's going to look into this problem, get it fixed, and basically put out on consoles. Like, if a fan can get was able to reduce load times for something big as Grand Theft Auto 5, then why can't we get a hot fix that fixes the save data function that's been not only butchered single player mode in terms of its calendar system, but multiplayer for its daily and weekly challenges not appearing properly. It's just showing that EA is just lazy as crap. Like, seriously, why do we even bother? Like, all for Battlefield? Guys, this is why I am not that much of a Battlefield fan, man. I mean, I pretty much kind of left first-person shooters altogether, and for the sake of doing footage now, because I just prefer the shooters of old, man, because shooters nowadays, it just ain't what it used to be. But for racing games, I'm kind of in a split down the middle, man, because look, I have been playing Need for Speed for over 20 years at this point, and I gotta confess, I gotta come clean, man. Like, how do you mess up one of the most fundamental designs in a video game, and that is the save data feature? How do you do that to the point that it affects a single player over time? Like, if you buy this game new and start story mode, there might be a chance that it could affect even before you beat the game. It could affect it. It's just bad, to the point that I said to myself, if I'm going back to Unbound, I'm most likely gonna hop onto the multiplayer, because that's the only thing that's, quote, functioning. But as for single player, like, currently as of me writing this, my PlayStation Plus subscription is pretty much deactivated. Like, it's pretty much on a hiatus, as pretty much on break for the time being. But when I get back to it, I'll most likely give you a little update. Who knows on whether or not that this issue about the calendar system not working properly, the transition from day to night, is pretty much fixed itself. That's all pretty much what I got to deal with in terms of how the fact that this is how I feel about Need for Speed Unbound currently in its current state. It just feels as though it's that EA did not give a dang about pretty much about all its franchises, not just Need for Speed, but all the other franchises that EA owns at this point. It's always Battlefield. It always has been. It's like, if they're gonna put all their franchises, it might not, the gamble might pay off. It might, like, it's like you gambled and you lost. That's what EA is going through right now. You gambled and you lost, and you have to take accountability. Otherwise, you're definitely gonna get some flack, like major flack. Like, fans know that you screwed up, and you won't admit it. Defeat. You won't admit it. Well, in the meantime, that's all I have to say for now. Probably gonna head back to For Speed Heat, probably make some videos, who knows. Anyway, this is your boy SCGRANT, and next time, we're finally gonna get my personal thoughts on Hellbox Season 2 as a whole, in 2 parts. Anyway, see you all in the next one.